clicked on www.larrythewineguy.net, and I am Larry, the Wine Guy. He loves that. He loves that. We're sitting here, we're joined by my general, the head coach of ABC in Pompano Beach, Florida for locals here. He's my store manager, General Douglas Feinberg. And tonight, another guy's out in the same Indian compound that I had with the camera person, Juan, before. We're talking about my favorite place, Washington State Wine, and the whole motto today is, the motto or the entire slogan of today is stop taking wine so serious. We're drinking about $100 and something dollars, some odd dollars of Washington State wine's finest. And we're not taking it serious, you know? And the first one that we drank is a tribute. There would be no Washington State wine without the Walter Clore. Columbia Crest makes every year a tribute to the man, Dr. Walter Clore, who was an archaeologist, not an archaeologist, I am loaded right now, so I'm saying things wrong here. He was a viticulturist and a agriculturist from Nebraska who moved to Washington State. He was the only one that believed that Washington State had the best Bordeaux grape varietals, and he was right. So every year, Columbia Crest produces about 5,000 cases. It's Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Cabernet Franc. This is the 2006. We drank it all already before we even started eating ribeye steaks. No, actually that's strip steaks. But anyway, this is 89 point rated by Wine Spectator. And Doug, how was the Walter Clore when we had it?
Absolutely delicious.
He picked out the
90 points.
90 points. Robin Parker has yet. Jay Miller, who writes for Wine Advocate, hasn't rated it yet. But then we went to the baby here, the big boy, and this is what I talk about. This is a $76 bottle of wine. I've always called Col Solari, since 1992. It's been a collaboration between Marchesi Antinori Italian Wines, and Washington State Chateau Ste. Michelle as the finest wine on the planet Earth. And I have it going back till 1992. We came across a bottle of 1999, and it's 11 years old, and it was transferred from another ABC store. It's this vintage was rated 88 points by Wine Spectator, 90 points by Wine Advocate. It's Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and little percentages of Syrah, Malbec, a little bit Petit Verdot, and Cabernet Franc. And that's how they used to make it in the early days. But we ran into a little problem when we opened the wine. It was the cork got wet, I think, from the temperature changes, and it was completely, did everything we could possibly do to get the cork out of the bottle. The wine was in fine condition. It's not going to get any better than 11 years old. It's reached its peak. The tannins are completely soft and silky. So we had to go with a ghetto decanter, and this is what I'm talking about. $76 wine, drinks like Lafitte, and this is our decanter. We strained it out, and we're drinking it out of a blender, and I'm going to top myself up a little bit of the taste here, and talk my drunken friend over here, General Doug. Top off? Top off? Yes, great. Anybody from ABC watching, we're representing the company very, very responsibly here. We're taking a cab home tonight. We're going to taste it again. A lot of blends, no tannins here, completely ripe. It's still probably another year this wine would start to deteriorate. I don't think it's got much more on it. But again, we had to strain the cork out. It completely fell apart from the temperature changes of hot and cold.
Very soft.
It's soft, silky, but lots of black cherries, right?
Lots of cherries.
Lots of black cherries. By the way, Col Solari means shining hill. Shining hill, because in Italian, that's what Col Solari means. And on the Red Mountain District, Col Solari is the only winery in the Red Mountain District in Washington State. And it looks like a shining hill when the sun goes down. They even make a baby version available at the winery only called Shining Hill. It's a little lighter than a Col Solari, but again, $76 bottle of wine, rated 90 points. The 05 was the best vintage yet, and we're drinking it out of a blender because, as I always say, you know, wine is not for snobs, it's for everyday people like you and me, and the wine is just silky perfect, no improvement. Lucky we drank it now, even out of a blender, because it's not going to get any better. It's peaked out. And you can't hold on to those wines for 20 years like you people do with the Lafitte Raw Shields and saying, I'm not going to drink that yet. Well, guess what? You're going to wind up drinking it out of a blender too. Drink it. You don't know when life is going to end. Drink the good wine. Share the great wine. The Syrah and the Malbec really rounds it out. It went well, great with the steak. It's totally silky, and
I love
try some coleslaw if you can get your hands on any bottle of that, especially the '05 vintage. Was rated 94 point, probably the best wine you've ever tasted in your life for $400 less money than Lafite Rothschild. I got nothing more to say than just stop taking wine so seriously. Coleslaw, the greatest wine ever made, and thank you, Dr. Walter Clore, for telling people in Washington that this was the place to grow Bordeaux varietals. And to end it, once again, wine is not for snobs. Stop taking it so seriously. It's for regular people like Captain Doug Feinberg, like Juan. This is a golf outfit, and we're going to show you how not to take it seriously. When you drink $100 and something worth of wine, you just start taking off the shirt, and that's it. There you go. There's the wine guy's body. The glasses come off, and off we go. Follow us, Juan, because we're going for a little skinny dip here, folks.
You're going down the slide.
$100 wine going down the slide. Go ahead, Captain Doug. There we go. Excuse me. We're running here. Coleslaw.
Is this sturdy?
Is it dirty? Woo! Well, it's going up. A little heavier, you know, coleslaw and steak puts a little weight on you. There we come, folks. I hope there's water on here. Pray to God. Okay. Well, there you have it. Stop taking wine so seriously. Have fun, even when you buy a $76 bottle of wine like Coleslaw. And I'll see you next time here on www.larrythewineguy.net. And thanks, Doug, for joining me, and thanks wherever he is. He's coming down the slide again. Forget it.
I love wine!
I love wine. And we love Washington State and Walter Clore for telling people the greatest wines in the world come from Washington State. Have yourself a great day and try some serious wine, but don't take wine so seriously. See you next time right here.